High school will be much easier to handle once you finish watching this video. Welcome to Msmojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 ways to survive high school.
Did you already do the term paper on To Kill a Mockingbird?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at different tips and tricks for the intention of making your high school experience a little easier to digest. Number 10, get to know the teachers.
I'm Mr. Anderson. I'm going to be your teacher for freshman English.
Okay, let us explain. Right now, you're probably thinking that getting to know your high school teachers is the lamest and most unpopular thing a kid can do. However, as you'll soon find out, popularity and looking cool isn't nearly as important as getting solid grades and actually doing what you're supposed to in school, which is learn stuff.
Why don't we talk about it Monday, after school, okay?
You always say we should never stop being curious.
One of the best ways to do this is by getting to know the people who are educating you.
The best teacher I've ever had. Thank you.
In doing so, you will create a friend who can not only help guide you when things get tough, but who is also well-versed in how to handle the stresses of the real world. So, what's up, Teach?
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson.
Number 9, get a good night's sleep. This one is a no-brainer. When you're in high school, you need to be operating at 100% to properly absorb information and remain alert throughout the day.
This is a time turner, Harry. McGonagall gave it to me first term. This is how I've been getting to my lessons all year.
However, getting the required 7 to 10 hours of sleep every night can prove difficult when the homework, extracurriculars, and hangouts with friends start to add up. Your best bet is to make a schedule for your weekly activities so you can still do what's required of you while also hitting the hay for the appropriate amount of time. This is a good habit to get into because it's a lot harder to be exhausted at work than it is in high school.
Good night. I'm going to sleep right now. Pretty much already falling asleep.
Number 8, don't worry about being popular. While high school might feel like a giant popularity contest, it really isn't.
3 keys of coolness in high school.
High school is not a microcosm for real life. In fact, it's more of a random jumble of half-grown little humans who still haven't learned to properly function in the world.
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
As such, you shouldn't spend your time trying to look cool in front of other people.
We are officially over. Oh, rats. Hey, I want my juicy sweatshirt back. It was way too loose around your chest anyway. Ooh, burn.
The moment high school ends, so does the reign of the prom king and queen, and no one is going to hire you just because you made the monarch of dressed-up gym. Focus on your grades and having fun with your friends. That's what really matters. Number 7, don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's because you're feeling overwhelmed or simply need a little guidance, you should never be afraid to ask someone for help.
I need help!
That person could be a parent, teacher, guidance counselor, or friend, but the important thing is that you be willing to reach out when the time comes.
Jay.
Can we talk?
Kinda busy here.
As in the case of all levels of school, the more you advance, the harder it gets.
I'm overwhelmed, sir.
Just because you don't need advice at 13 doesn't mean you won't need it at 17. Get into the habit of talking to people when something is wrong. Chances are, it will make the problem seem much smaller. Number 6, study a little bit every day instead of cramming. One of the worst habits you can develop during high school has nothing to do with partying too much or skipping class. No, the habit you want to avoid is cramming for tests instead of taking a little time out each day to properly prepare. You might be able to get away with it for a while, but once you hit college, it isn't going to fly. Especially when your grade 8 book report turns into 20-page essay on mechanical engineering. Whether it's a project, essay, or test, don't wait until the last minute to get it done.
I have to study. I'm not kidding.
There's nothing worse than staring at a blank page in your word processor at 2 a.m.
All right, back to cramming?
Number 5, start your college search early. When it's time to start applying for colleges, you don't want to be the one person who has no idea where they want to go or what they want to study.
You have to think, young brother, about your future. Huh?
The best way to avoid this is by beginning to explore your options as early as possible. There are literally thousands of different colleges and universities to choose from, each with their own set of unique attributes.
Welcome to Harvard.
Do you want to go to a big school or a small one, in the city or in the country? Which school offers the best economics program?
I think it's a good idea to keep all your options open.
What's the campus like? These are the questions you should be asking long before you mail in an application. It's never too early to get a jump on your future. Number 4, find a good group of friends to lean on. High school is already tough enough without trying to do it on your own. That's why it's vital to develop strong relationships with a core group of friends. The number of friends you have isn't what's important. It's about finding people who are kind, respectful, and willing to have your back when the going gets tough. Not only that, but having friends is a key component in making sure you don't get stressed or overwhelmed in a period of your life that is supposed to be fun. If you're new in school, don't be shy. Strike up a conversation with someone.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup!
It might just be the thing that transforms your high school experience. Number 3, stop bullying in its tracks. One of the worst parts about high school is having to deal with bullies. At one point or another, you're going to come face to face with a jerk. Someone who takes pleasure in putting others down, be it physically or emotionally.
The next time you want to hit somebody, pick on somebody your own size.
In those moments, it's important to stand your ground and not be intimidated.
I said leave her alone. You gonna make me? Yeah.
Oftentimes, people will bully others for attention or because they lack self-esteem. So no matter what, you should never encourage them. Instead, go find a teacher or better yet, stand up to the bully yourself. As long as it's not with violence, of course.
I always wanted to know what it'd be like to fight a girl.
I'm a girl. Want to see what it'd be like to fight me?
Don't allow yourself to become filled with regret over something you could have done, but didn't. Number 2, find an extracurricular activity you love.
Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit.
One of the best parts about high school that many people tend to neglect is the plethora of different activities that are available to them. From the chess club and the dramatic society to soccer and badminton, there are tons of different extracurricular activities for every personality type. High school isn't just about cramming for tests and avoiding bullies.
So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
It is a time of discovery, one in which you can try different things to find out what you like and what you don't. Additionally, taking up an extracurricular activity is a great way to make new friends. Don't miss out on one of the best aspects of being a high school student.
Her list of extracurricular activities is impressive.
She was in a Ricky Martin video.
Clearly, she's interested in music.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
She knows just what to say.
I'm mad at her too. She went for the hair. Girlfriends don't do that.
Sam, you need to listen to Rhonda. You're always studying, you're always working. You need to take some time for yourself.
My motto is simple. Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency.
Number 1, it gets better. It might sound like a cliche, but it's the truth. When you're in it, high school can feel like it's the only thing in the entire universe that matters.
Hey man, it gets better.
But in reality, it is one of the many different things you will experience in your lifetime. While you will definitely have to stare down problems big and small, try to keep in mind that it will all be over soon.
When you're young, everything feels like the end of the world. It's not.
So what if you dropped your lunch in the middle of the cafeteria or got a C on your math exam? They are but grains of sand on the beach that is your life. So cheer up, because life after high school is pretty sweet.
And I am proud of every last stinking one of you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Msmojo and subscribe for new videos every day.